what's up guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing a movie called Tumbbad. It's a Bollywood movie and it's in Hindi. You should watch it. Go watch the damn movie. Give it some love. I think it's one of the few movies that has taken the level of Bollywood up by several notches. As an Indian and as someone who's grown up with grandparents who love telling us folk tales, horror stories and things that they have witnessed when they were young, of ghosts and demons walking about and how they survived all of these. Whether they're myth, whether they're reality, whether they're fiction, whatever, it doesn't matter. The thing is, you always listen to those stories, and every time you heard it coming out of your grandparents' mouth, you always felt alive. Your eyes would widen up, you'd listen to the story with intent. And no matter how many times the same story was told, you would listen to it with the same enthusiasm you would if you were younger. I can still listen to their stories and it's always a fabulous time. Tumbbad takes great pride, I think, in the way they've told their story. They tell their story exactly as my grandmother would have. It's a story about greed. It's got a little bit of an element of horror in it. It doesn't match up to the Japanese, Korean or Chinese horror films. It's nothing like that. But I think it is one of the best horror films to come out of Bollywood in a long time. The story takes place in a village called Tumbbad. The entire story spans across 4 generations or about 40 years or so. I'm including some of the generation that existed at the time the story starts off with, so bear in mind. I'm sure you've heard this tale being told to you by your parents, your teachers, your family members, your friends and everyone else. The world has enough to give you for anything you need, but not for everything you want. Don't be greedy. That's the moral of most of the tales we hear. And I think this is one movie where they've physically manifested greed and shown it on screen in the most brilliant way possible. Till the very end, they have maintained that aura of suspense and brilliance. The cinematographer gets huge shout out because that guy knows how to take a shot. Every shot is beautiful. He's captured the essence of rural India. It takes place in 1918, so he's showcased how beautiful India is without using any special effects or anything of that sort. It's natural beauty at the best. And he showcased pre-independent India and post-independent India in the most aesthetic way I've ever seen in any movie. He knows how to take a shot. The director knows what shots are the best. And together they've kind of created this amazing story told so well. It's a slow burn, it takes a while to pick up, and at the end is where you really get some kind of closure. But you do get closure. It's not an open-ended story where there is too much suspense at the end, but there's not much left to the imagination towards the end. You know what you're getting at and you know what the result is. I think it's one of those brilliant movies, and it makes you think of all the times your grandparents told the story. How many of them do you think would have turned out true? And how many of them are still undiscovered? If you believe in ghosts, maybe you will rethink all of that the moment you watch this movie. It only strengthened my belief that I'm so glad I didn't go about in searching for any of those mythological beings or creatures or things you hear in the night. Ghosts are scary. They've showcased it so beautifully. Don't miss the first 5 minutes of the movie. I think that's without a doubt. If you miss the first 5 minutes of the movie, you will have a tough time following for a very long time afterwards. You get the glimpse of it, but not the true essence of the movie. And the budget. I have to talk about the budget. The budget was just 5 crores for the entire movie. And oh my god, how much they've utilized this. The movie shot over 4 years. 4 monsoons they had to shoot to get natural rain. They used additional rain and by like creating like sprays of water and all that, but they shot over 4 monsoons, and the whole film took about 6 years to complete, if I'm not wrong. It is so worth it. Their efforts are so worth it. What pisses me off is the mentality of the Indian audience these days. Actually, it's improving, but I have to rant about this because the film only made about 13 crores. It's a good amount of money. They've made their profit, definitely, but it's a movie that deserves so much more than all the crap commercial films we watch on a daily basis. And it's ridiculous to think that a movie with such brilliant acting, screenplay, direction, and visuals are overlooked these days. Please go watch the movie. It definitely deserves the attention, definitely deserves the money, and I think you'd be far better off watching this movie rather than watching one of the commercial bullshit that we are used to. I was very disappointed to see there were only 2 rows in the entire theatre that were filled up, besides very small pockets of people like myself and my family watching the movie. I think it deserves a lot more, and I won't ruin the story for you because you really need to go watch it. There's no other place. I would like to watch it again. Unfortunately, by the time this airs, I think it's out of theaters. I'm not sure. If it's there in your city, go watch it now. Drop everything, go watch it. It's worth the 2 hours that you're going to spend at the theater. Now let's get to the acting. Acting was so good. It was like I was watching a really good play in the theater by professional actors who know what they're doing on screen without any bullshit. Every scene is crafted so well. There's no unnecessary dialogue. There's no unnecessary screen time given to any actor who doesn't have anything to do with the role. The way the story progresses is very beautifully told as well, and how what your family does affects the younger generation as well, and how your parents behave affects the children as well. That is shown incredibly well, and you can see contrasts of both the parents' personalities infused into the son. That's just some of the subtle undertones that they've shown in the movie without actually explicitly saying it. But regardless, go watch the movie. It's worth your time and money. Thanks again for watching, guys. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.